Hey guys, how's it going? We are back. I'm with Tom today. Tom is over from the UK. He flies. Oh, how far are you from High Wycombe? Like an hour flight or?
About an hour in the car and 15 minutes
by helicopter?
in one of these. Yeah.
That's awesome. High Wycombe, if you guys don't remember, I'll maybe link it up here. We flew into there on our world tour, and so it's cool. I know the area, which is wild to say, because yeah, I've actually flown over in England, which is kind of fun. So he's over. He has finished his PPL. You finished all your exams and everything for the ATPL.
Yep.
And now when you go back, you have to do the CPL. How much? Like what kind of upgrade is it to the CPL now for you?
So it's a 35-hour course. Once you've got the hours that you need, it's basically like a PPL, but everything's just a bit tighter. You've got to fly a bit more accurate.
Yeah.
But they can only kind of teach you so much, can't they? So it's just tighter standards.
Exactly. He's over here to fly in the mountains with us, and that's what we're doing today. It's hot, so we got the door on the string. That's kind of one of the cool features of Cabries. You can put the door on the string there, and then you get a little bit extra airflow. We're just up at the Stave River right now. And so I want to go in for a confined area. We're just going to do one up on the Winslow Creek area over here. So we can start dropping down slightly, and then I'm gonna get you to choose. On the last spot that we were at, we just we did a fun one. I didn't show you guys just because we were working pretty hard there, but on the backside of Robbie, just down in the bowl there, kind of a rock slide area, just trying to find a flat spot in there. We found a cool spot. That was kind of neat. But now we're gonna go down, and I'm gonna get you to identify a spot that you think is safe here. So factors that we look at for making sure it's a safe spot. Obviously it looks like there's 1,000 spots here, but a lot of these areas have quite large rocks, and so you want to make sure that you're finding spots with either sand or small rocks. Those are kind of the ideal. You can see like that area over there. Those rocks are, you know, like a good melon size or something like that. You don't want to be landing on those.
What about that one down there?
Yeah, that looks pretty nice there. That could work really good.
Yeah.
Now, first off thing we're looking at, see what the trees are doing here? What's that telling us our wind is doing?
So it's from the south.
Yep.
So we're going to have to approach this way in.
Okay, from this side. That sounds good. Sun's going to be not bad, actually. It's pretty high, right?
Yeah,
a little bit in our face,
get away with that.
Not too bad. Yep.
Yeah.
So the spot that you're thinking?
Yeah.
Where is that?
There's no rocks.
Okay.
If you can see, there's a fallen. I suppose it's not really a branch. It's more than a branch.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. You see it there where it's just falling down?
Yeah, I see that. That's actually a really nice spot. So we'd come in kind of in between those trees possibly? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So why don't we go set up for our dummy run and power check it then? Cool. So we dummy runned it. And that's, you know, we ended up a little steep on the dummy run. That's one of the reasons of doing a dummy run, right? You set up your dummy run approach and you go, you know what, that felt too high. Okay, well next time you can go out a bit wider, which is what we did on this one, came out a little wider. I'd say we're still a little bit high. Let's get down a little bit lower. We kind of want to be close to those treetops down there. And then just feeling that wind, making sure that we're feeling comfortable, that it's not kicking us around too much. Taking our time with the speed, that's looking great. Power's coming in. You want to keep an eye on that power as well. There's, you know, 60%. Keep working your power up. That's nice. Also making sure that we're going to have enough room for the tail.
Yeah.
So I would say almost putting your skids up where, you see where it gets a little mossy there?
Yeah.
And then that's going to put your tail kind of over this sandy patch. That's going to keep you nice and safe. Keep your blades far enough away from those bushes, no further forward than that. And you could even come my way a couple feet if you wanted to. Just keep you a little further away from those bushes. That's great. Yeah, I like this spot. This is nice. That moss is going to make the landing a little bit softer as well. Oh, that's nice. Little seating check there. So a little bit of collective. Bring the collective down a little lower.
Yeah,
and
there it is.
Seating check, yep. That's
Pedals,
great. Little pedals. Very nice.
Happy with that? I'm happy with that.
I like that, yeah. That's good. All right, we'll work our way out of here. Let's pick it back in the hover. And we're going to assess how much power we have in the hover. We figured we should have about 75 or so. So let's pick it back up. Definitely roasting today. It's 32 degrees out. Okay, stabilizing pretty close. Maybe a little higher, about 78 or so. That wind's kind of causing it to bounce around a little bit.
It's not helping us a lot.
No. And then we should be able to just climb over those bushes there, and away we go. Nice, right around 90%. Off we cruise. So I was just explaining here, we're coming up this valley. We have a tailwind right now, so the wind's from behind us. And the sun is beating down on this side of the hill over here. And so what's happening, we got two things. We've got convection and advection. So we've got the wind flowing up this hillside here. And then it's actually the sun beating down on the rock is heating up all the surface and everything and creating some rising air here. So let's get a little bit closer to that hillside. The closer you get, the more lift you're going to get. And it should feel kind of like you're going to jump on an elevator. The closer you get to it, you really start to feel that lift coming. Because we're trying to get up and over that hill. It's a hot day today, like 30 degrees. It's probably going to be about 5,000 feet going up and over that. And so we definitely need as much help as we can get ourselves over that. That's good. So we are climbing at about 1,000 feet a minute right now. And I think you're going to see, as we get even closer to this hillside here, we're probably going to start to feel a little bit more lift even still as we get closer. Now that side over there, it's kind of it's got sun right now, but it's the shady side of the mountain. And there's some snow there, so you're not going to get as much lift from that side of the mountain as you will over here. That's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it's got it there.
Not as much as we were hoping for. The trees won't give you quite as much. If it's a flatter rock surface, you'll definitely get more lift. There you can feel a bit more. That's kind of nice. And then as we come to the end of this valley, if we aren't sure 100% that we're actually going to make it through, sticking to the one side like you're doing right now is really critical, because as we get to the end, we could start to realize, no, we're not going to make it. We want to have room to kind of bail out and turn around and come back out of it, and then circle around. We do a large orbit, circle around. But as you can see now, we've got awesome lift. We're actually climbing at 1,200 feet a minute right now. That's good. And then we've got plenty enough to get through there so we can kind of head for the gap. Amazing, amazing. What a day up here.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. Look at that slab of rock up there, eh? I'm gonna start bringing the power down a little bit. Nice. That's awesome. Actually, why don't we follow this hillside just for the fun of it here? What a day. It's not super windy up here either. Showing about a 10 knot tailwind right now. That's nice. 5,000 feet. We're going to keep our eyes open because I sent Rick up to this area as well. So we're going to make sure we don't end up running into him. He was going to go up to Chehalis Lake and then another little lake that's tucked back in the corner here. So
cool.
Yeah. Why don't we do a radio call? We'll talk to Chehalis Lake traffic. Tell them we're probably about 5 miles to the northwest right now of Chehalis Lake.
How you pronounce?
Chehalis.
Chehalis?
Yeah, so it's a C-H-E, so Chehalis.
5 miles south, yeah?
It's 5 miles northwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Golf Echo Lima Papa, 5 miles northwest of Chehalis Lake.
At 4,500.
4,500 feet.
Awesome. That's nice up in there, eh? Look at all the melt off, eh? Yeah. Just water running all down the hillsides. Beautiful lake in there. Awesome. We're gonna work our way down this way here.
Cool. Can't see anyone.
Nope, neither do I. Possible he's gone from here already now. We'll have a little bit of sun and shade to deal with on this one. The spot itself is sunny, but we're just going to end up, if possible, at the end of that little log outcrop there. And so we've been looking at the lake. We've already established that the winds are kind of out of the south there, right?
Yep.
That's going to be helpful. That's actually going to work out great for an approach from that side, right?
Yeah, perfect.
That should be nice. And we'll get down a little bit lower, do another pass, and then we'll probably come back and do one more pass. And then I'll teach you about a figure 8 reconnaissance as well. So we can start to level out now. Keep your nose up, don't dive too low. And then we want to go nice and tight to it off of the left-hand side of it. Then we're going to kind of fly across the hillside. So that's looking good, straightening out a little bit now. We'll get down a little lower if we can. And then we want to have a look and see where the sort of the flattest spot. The surface looks really nice. Trying to identify a bit of slope there, right? That's good. Now hug the hillside over here. And the figure 8 essentially is hugging the hillside and then always turning away from the hillside. That way if you had any issues, if you had an engine failure, a loss of a mag or a spark plug or something like that, or some reason why you didn't have enough power, at least you're turning away from the slope, right?
Yeah.
And so then come back around nice and tight. I usually slow down a touch when I do that turn. And then same thing here, we're going to fly by it again on this side over here. We're going to try and get down pretty close to eye level height from it. That way we can identify what the slope is doing. Looks like it levels off there and then it slopes up kind of that direction.
So like smack bang in the middle, really?
Yeah, really, that would be quite nice. It looks quite open. I would say if we go out, this next time can be our dummy run with our power check.
Okay.
So again, hugging the hillside nice and tight. We're sitting at about 1,400 feet. Again, we're in flow mode right now because of the heat and everything. And so that means 100% is our max throttle, full throttle. And so let's come back around. Nice to know that we already have the wind sort of figured out. And then we're going to pass by it at 25 knots. And pretty much at eye level in this one. Typically we want treetop height of the trees on the departure path, but we don't really have any trees on the departure path on this one. So that's really nice. And that's looking good. So we're at 40 now. We'll keep slowing it down. Maybe drop a touch bit lower. That's pretty good there. You're leveled out now. And I think you're going to probably establish a bit of a descent eventually here, but let's see. Let's slow down a little bit more. We're still doing 30 knots at the moment. Want 25. Excellent. Now a little bit faster there. You dropped a little slow. You're climbing a little bit, so drop your power just a touch. There you go. So there's pretty close to 25, about 70%. Okay. Don't know if we got a fully stable power check there, but about 70% is looking good. And so we can loop around now, always away from the hillside. You'll get set up for that. So 70%, as we talked about before, you're going to use 15% more to enter the hover, so about 85 for the hover. And then if you had to vertical out of there, which you won't have to, it'd be about 100%. But it looks like we're definitely going to use a bit of power because there's that bit of a burn pile off the left side there, the brush pile.
Yep.
So we're going to have to kind of go around that. So now here again, we're going to head for the hillside, then turn away from it. Go a bit further. That's nice. So yeah, this is considered a figure 8 reconnaissance.
Okay, cool.
That's good. So now keep your nose up. Anytime you turn away from the hill, natural tendency is to follow the hillside, so you always dive. You have to kind of keep yourself from that. That's good. And then what I would do is get a little closer to the hill here, just so you're coming at it nice across the slope. And then we have lots of room to bail out. You always are looking for an area to bail out if you have to, right? Yep. Let's get down a bit lower. The more shallow the approach, the better, because then we already can establish our power setting nice and early. That's looking good. Beauty, speed's looking nice, descent rate's very shallow, I like that. Good, we're still a little bit on the steep side, so keep dropping her down for now. Good, keep slowing her down, keep slowing her down. Great. Still coming in a little bit steep. Let's get a little bit lower. Optical illusion, eh? It felt like we were coming in shallow, but it actually ended up being a tiny bit steep. This is nice though. Power settings looking good. Looking for kind of the best, flattest spot. Maybe back in the corner there.
Yeah.
That's looking nice. A little bit of a brush is going to blow up. A little bit of laying wood. Nothing serious though. Nothing that's going to actually get into the rotor, which is nice. I like how the tail is on the down slope right now, so that's going to keep the tail good and safe. Nice little seating check, so power down a little lower and then you can get that seating check, that's good. Little pedals if you need it, but that seems pretty stable there. I like that. Very good, yeah, so this is the hill, this is the brush pile that I was talking about. So we're going to have to lift up, and then we don't want to spin the tail too much to the right because we got stuff over there. So we're going to kind of go up a little bit, maybe 10 feet up or so.
Yep.
And then drift off to my side, just kind of staying clear of that brush pile.
Can we go back at all? We got tail clear?
Yeah,
or?
we can. No, we definitely have tail clear. I would say we can go back maybe 5 feet.
Okay.
And then, yeah, off to the left.
Cool.
So we'll definitely bring it up that 10 feet and then start drifting back.
Sure.
So there's no way we can get our tail hooked on anything. Nice, so sitting at about 88%, so a tad bit more than we were expecting there. Okay, start coming up. That's looking good. Lots of room there. And then as soon as you can, grabbing speed, lowering the power. Beautiful. Always nice using that hill to your advantage, just the way you did there. The sooner we can give back the power, the happier we are. Yeah. Very nice.
Thank you.
Wow, that doesn't look great. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but there's a truck with its whole front end in the water there. That's not exciting for him.
They had another truck there, so maybe they're gonna...
Yeah, maybe they can tow it out.
Maybe they can pull it out.
Yeah, but it looks like the engine's in the water, so not great. Adams Tower, that's us, helicopter Cavalry G2, Golf Echo Lima, Papa with Lima. We're about 2 miles in behind the other Cavalry right now, coming up on the greenhouses. 1,000 feet, like to be inbound for BC helicopters.
Echo Lima, Papa, Roger, cleared in the East route, altimeter 2995.
Or correction, Echo Lima, Papa, and we do have contact with that traffic.
Roger.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Short little video, just a few different confined areas and stuff like that. It was kind of fun. Good to be back. I was gone all last week. I was down in Louisville, Kentucky for a convention. And so yeah, fun to be back. Good to be back in the air. Hot weather, 30 degrees, but it's beautiful. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to talk to you on the next one. See ya.